looking back at the tape that you've had a couple of days now to see, what things were you pleased with in that game, and maybe a couple of things that need to be corrected or cleaned up?
Well, I think the biggest thing is I don't ever want to bye week in the middle of the playoffs ever again. You lose a little bit of timing. You lose some synchronization between offensive linemen. It's hard to duplicate game speed. And I think we lost a little bit of that, playing against Loren. We were able to make enough plays to win the game, and our defense was ready to go. So that helps us. Our special teams played good to get us in position to have some opportunity to score some points. So we had two phases of the game that worked really, really well. So we know going into this game, all three phases have to be in the right place. And then coming back to it, we get an opportunity to watch game film, which we didn't have a week ago, and now sharpen our sword, sharpen our tools, and make sure all of our skills are where they need to be for this game coming up on Saturday. If you don't prepare in that fashion or in that manner or get ready, it's going to be a long day.
Is it a big deal that the fact that the state final is here in the East End? I mean, you always want to block out, I won't say the noise or the distractions, but
right.
You touched on it on Saturday. You get to sleep in your own bed.
Yeah.
You don't have to travel as far.
Right.
But is that a significant advantage, so to speak, for you guys as opposed to driving down to Hampton?
In NBA basketball, they always say it is. NFL football, they always say it is. I've yet to even experience that. Some things will be normal for us, so we'll enjoy that, and we'll enjoy the comfort of our own bed. But when we got out and were able to travel a little bit, it gave us an opportunity to focus on things a little bit differently, kind of get away and get ourselves prepared for a game such of this magnitude. So you got to ask me that question again after the game, which one is better and which one we enjoy. But at this point in time, it seems like it's a benefit. But when the game starts and you're in between the white lines, I'm not sure any of that stuff really matters.
The fact that this group collectively have handled the unknowns so well this season. You mentioned even the bye week. You never dealt with a bye week in the playoffs, and now the unknown of playing a quote home game for a state championship. Do you think how they handled things up to this point this season, and even maybe the championship years, that could be an advantage mentally for this group, that they've dealt with just about everything possible, and now you got another thing that they weren't used to, but now we'll deal with Saturday?
Yeah, I think these kids have shown a tremendous amount of resiliency, right? But even more so than the kids, the parents, right, and the coaches of these kids have shown even more resiliency. If we're practicing here, or we're practicing at the rec center, or we're practicing, at Verona High School, or we're practicing on the baseball field, so many ifs, what ifs, or things to cloud the thought process. But they've kind of honed in. They've channeled to it. Our parents have been great with helping us getting the kids back and forth with transportation. The county has been great providing buses wherever we need to go. And the coaches have done a good job just kind of spreading the message, so we're not missing players, and we're not in this situation where we're looking for somebody when we get to practice. Everybody's where they need to be, doing what they need to be doing for us to be successful throughout the season. So with all the things that have come up, the kids have handled it really, really well. They got to do it one more week, really 5 more days at this point in time, and then we can kind of take a deep breath and kind of start over. The school's almost finished. We're excited about that process, and we know once we get back into one place, it seems like we've been going for 2.5 years. Once we get back to one place, we can kind of build this thing and keep it moving in the right direction.
My last question, I saw a lot of the hashtags from the guys saying #OneLastRide.
Yeah.
What will you remember about this senior class as they come together one last time for a state championship?
It'll be so many things, Sean. And if I start reeling them off, we'll be here another hour. I get the best thing is, for years I always talked about our kids, having a basketball mentality, right? And I'm talking about the basketball itself. I'm talking about the noun, not the verb. Be like a basketball, right? Basketball hits the ground. When it hits the ground, it bounces right back to you.